Hi, Bonnie. Thanks for posting your wonderful drawing of your dog over on 5 Pencil Method Community. And you didn't have some reference, so I asked you if you could possibly get that for me so I can give you a little bit of a video response. I think it's always good for us to see visually what I'm talking about. These are going to be some very simple principles and things I'm going to show you, but it might help you to be able to start seeing what to look for and take advantage of. Sometimes they can just be hard to really pinpoint. And so I think that one of the important things that we want to do is to not only not be left with a certain impression about structure, which we have here with such a narrow picture or another narrow piece of paper that you're drawing on, but this kind of restricts us a little bit. I wish that we could go out here further because we'd get the impression that there's a little more structure in the back of the head. This lighter part of the ear, I guess, that's coming down here in the reference, it looks like it's actually farther back. And so it'd be nice if we could, maybe shove that back because it would help us be able to start understanding that we're looking at the ear. So we would go past that and then do that white area. And then we want to make sure that we have something behind. These are really important things so that we can start getting depth. And these are going to be very crude little marks I'm making on here, but this gives us an opportunity to see visually, some of those places you want to really take advantage of depth. And so you're going to have to search for those clean edges. They are there, even though sometimes they're fragmented because of it being hair. But there's a number of places that we want to be able to maybe make sure that we're understanding where the center line is. Here's the center of the nose, and so we might come down here now and find that we have this center part here, and then we have actually a chin. It doesn't show because the hair is so much the same color. It's very light, and so to take advantage of that, now we probably want to come in here and show that there's a different direction of the hair. This part that's coming out of the neck is actually coming from behind the hair that is below or the bottom of the chin going this way, and then we can take advantage of those lighter hairs coming out this way. The change of direction is going to give us the opportunity to understand we're coming out from behind something. Add some depth to this. As we see this mouth going back, we can actually take just whatever this value would be, we can show that these whiskers are in front and starting to block that part of the mouth that we probably see. If we wanted to establish that we understand that we're looking through whiskers, we can actually do a little bit of a peekaboo through there, and then it would be less and less the thicker that the side whiskers are going to be. We'll understand that we have something behind, and having those clearly, even though it's a little bit, with a clean edge to value, we'll be able to maybe separate those things. I think that even the eye over here, if I were doing this, I would probably want to make sure that I'm showing that there is something past. We're looking through the whiskers. Over here we have some of those whiskers. If you're looking straight onto the face, we might have those little whiskers almost blocking our view of some of the eye. He's going to be peeking out of that. And so over here it gives us a chance to substantiate that on that other side as well and realize that we see something past. Every time we have a chance to document that there's something blocking our view, we want to take advantage of it. So then we have maybe a little different shape of the head. I get the impression that maybe this is a little bit taller here, a little bit rounder, and so we want to pay attention, which I'm not doing a very good job on Photoshop here, but we want to pay attention to the roundness here where maybe this was a little short. You can use your divider and take advantage of taking a measurement, say from here to here, and comparing it to something else that is equivalent so that you have an idea, well, how far out do I put those, those hairs on the head? And pay attention to where the crown is to this part of the fur in the top of the head in alignment with other things. So I can do a pretty good job of judging what the shapes are just by comparing it to other features and anything that I can use as a reference point. So then when we have the eye here on a dog, often I know this is very common. When I see people drawing a dog, they forget that it's very common to have a lot of color in here. It's almost like eyeshadow, but it's really the darker skin going underneath the hairs that are coming into that, almost like an eyebrow. And this gives us some size, and it's often one of the things that's missing. And it just gives the dog a whole nother feeling and personality and attitude, and helps us identify with what we normally see. Now again, we have some of these white whiskers that are going in front of the eye. We want to make sure that we're going past those in our reference and showing a clean edge. We can even take something out with the eraser if we want to. So I could come over here and I could actually, pretend this is the eraser and make sure that these are in front. I could do the same thing over here and make sure that I have something blocking my view of that value in the back. And it's the same thing anywhere here. We could use our eraser to lighten up something. We can always come back in and make it darker again. But this gives us a wonderful opportunity to create something that will give us a little more depth, a little more natural edge. And then you can take advantage of the same procedure I use for hair. And there are videos on YouTube that are how to draw realistic hair. And so this gives you a chance to come up with maybe a few of the tricks that I might use to use my tapered stroke in here so that we have a little bit more of a feathered look. And again, what I'm doing is I'm coming in here and making this a little bit more of a feathered edge instead of having something so straight and something without all that wonderful fur texture to it. So I hope that these are some things that might help you. And again, this is very rough. I just wanted to mark this out in Photoshop so that we could, again, start learning how to add some of these things. As you can see, the before and after. I had a hard time clicking the right thing there. But you can see what I've done, and you can see what it was like before and how much it can change. I know, again, these lines are very, very strong and harsh, but I wanted to make sure you could see them. And I think it's a wonderful drawing, and with a few little tweaks, I think it'll be exciting for you to see what can happen with so little effort, as long as you know what to look for and what to address. So thanks again for sharing your picture, your drawing over on 5 Pencil Method Community and providing that reference picture for me. And look forward to seeing more of your work. Thank you.